quite often found myself dreaming of the ultimate holiday. Unfortunately, up a tree is quite often the only place you can find to escape in the backyard. Until now, I've got a great idea. Let's have a little think about your dream retreat. You've got a barbecue area, maybe a bar, somewhere to sit down, and a roof over your head. Of course, it's ideal if the bulk of the construction is already done for you. It's a container, the perfect platform for the best ever barbecue shack.
I can only imagine,
You can get a brand new painted and delivered container for around $3,000, but they often come up second-hand online for as little as $500. First job is to mark up and cut a couple of dirty, great big holes in the side of your container for Cerberus. Always start with your bottom cut, then do the sides and finish with the top. That way, gravity is part of your team. And seeing as how much your mates will benefit from the end result, it's not a bad idea to get them to give you a hand. Couple of sticks of timber down there, perfect safety device to ensure that this big sheet of steel falls on the inside and not out where we're standing. Woo! What a result! These pieces on the front and back are effectively an architrave that goes around the opening. They'll also provide somewhere to fix on timber shutters later. But for now, I'm tech screwing these in place and then running a timber reveal between them that ties it all together. Well, the whole shack's open and well ventilated, but you want to be able to shut things down and lock it up when you're not using it. And also provide a little bit of shelter for your mates when they're sitting at the bar. I'm thinking shutters. In order to make a sheet of ply look like a series of 100mm boards all joined together, aka old school shutters, I'm just going to run a groove at 100mm spacing. The last thing I want is perfectly straight lines all the way along. That'd be no good. I'm after rustic. So, to get that, I'm just wiggling the blade. A fair bit, actually, as I cut each line. That way, I get the illusion of aged individual boards. Wrap some sandpaper around the block and get right into those grooves to round off the edges. And then black undercoat, and I'll show you why in a minute. To make my ply look a bit more like shutters, I'm going to throw a timber frame around the outside. Of course, all this timber's brand new. To make it look aged, I'm going to distress it using a belt sander. It's painted black so we can match the plywood and then screw it on. It may seem a little bit weird painting white over a black undercoat, but that's all part of my ageing process. Time for a bit of magic. Brand new boards, 50 years old. Aha, not shabby chic, but shabby shack. This barbecue shack is begging for a deck, and that is exactly what it's going to get while the paint dries. First job, to cut up some joists. The floating deck is 1200mm wide, and you want to keep in mind that your maximum spacing for floor joists is 450mm. I've ended up with 385 inside that, which is great. Now, I just want to pack up the corners to the height I want. 2 decking boards high, and that leaves me with a nice finished height for the top decking board. The beauty of this sort of construction is that the whole thing is portable. So it'd be perfect for 4X Island in Queensland, where they've already got some great ideas for you and your mates. Now, before I put down the decking, I've got to do a little bit of framing within the subfloor frame, and that is for the seating arrangements. These will be pretty impressive too. I'm starting with a simple frame that surrounds a timber post. That gives me a good fixing point below the timber deck. The subframe's done, the posts for the seat are in, and now it's time for a bit of decking. I'm using treated pine screws for a treated pine deck. And a great tip here is when pre-drilling your holes, use an all-in-one countersink drill bit. Save heaps of time. And nails make the perfect spaces for your deck boards. Time for a bar top. Now, I'm just marking out for a couple of horns. That way, the bar will actually sit into the opening and also wrap around the face. Will look really nice. I'm using hardwood. This piece is 220 wide. 220 is plenty for your forearm and a glass of something cold. Bar's in, mate. You thirsty yet?
Too right I am, mate.
Not yet, we got a long way to go. And keep watching, because soon they'll be flocking to our barbecue beach shack.